Y'all always thinking the grass is greener on the other side, huh? But newsflash, buddy, most of the time it's not. Social media got y'all thinking y'all got unlimited options nowadays. Like, yeah, you got people in your DMs, but what do they really want from you, though? I guarantee you it ain't love. Some of y'all be leaving good people just to chase illusions. Delusions. People on social media, yeah, they look good, but everybody look good on social media. But I guarantee you, they ain't gonna give you the love that you're looking for.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
As a society, I've realized there are two things happening right now. You either think you have way more than you actually have, so you treat the people that you're dating like rubbish because you think they'll be better, which is not the case, right? Or you think you have way less than you have, and you worry about running out of people to date. So let's talk about the first one, right? Don't look at social media as a way to think that there's so many people for you to date, because you see so many beautiful girls, you see so many beautiful men. 99% of those people, you're either not going to be attracted to them or they're not going to be attracted to you. Or if you are attracted to them, you won't be attracted to their behavior, and vice versa. So we need to actually stop playing with the people that are treating us right. If you have a good partner, hold on to that person. Don't look at the 20% that they don't have, because they say that you will always have someone that will have 80% of what you want and 20% of what you don't have, and then you'll look for that 20% in someone else, and then you'll realize they only have that 20% and they don't have 80% of what you're looking for. So if you have a good partner, the grass is not greener on the other side. Stay with your partner, because I think social media is tricking everybody into thinking that there are more people that are there for them that they can possibly date, so they're playing with the people that are really good to them. That's not true. Everybody looks good on the internet. I look good on the internet. You might meet me and I'm way too bossy for you, so that rules a lot of us out, because so many women are bossy, right? And you have to remember this in life. If you've got a girlfriend or you've got a boyfriend and they treat you well and you're happy with them, the grass is not greener on the other side. Please, I'm begging you.
I heard somebody say the other day, whole time you thought it was greener on the other side and it was turf. And then there's another one about grass that is like, the grass is greener where you water it. And they hit me because yeah, but also let's remember, nothing can grow in an environment that it is not meant for. You try to grow some grass in the desert, I don't know about y'all, but I don't think that's gonna work. You try to grow some grass in a tundra, that's the cold one, right? I think it is. It's not gonna work. In order for anything to grow, it's gonna need some light, it's gonna need some good soil, it's gonna need some water. And if environment itself isn't creating those things for it to thrive, guess what? Ain't nothing gonna grow. You hear what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Somebody catching the drift? Anyways, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Toodles.
The grass is not always greener on the other side, y'all. This is the time of year when people, rob their joy because they're so busy worrying about what the next person is doing. That old saying, the grass is greener on the other side, because we're peeking over the fence, looking at the next person's grass, trying to figure out what the hell they got going on. And that saying comes from, like, we always are looking at the things that we don't have as better than the things that we do have. And I can remember buying my first brand new car, right? And I used to look around and I would see that car. And I'd see other people driving that particular car, the one that I wanted. And I was like, oh, baby, when I get my coins up and I get that car, it's going to be on. And then I got the car. I got that particular car, the color I wanted, the trim I wanted, everything, right? And a couple years later, I'm driving around in the car. And then I see another car, because that car no longer was the new shiny thing. I'm looking at other people in another car, and so on and so forth. And that's what we do in life. And that's why there's so many unfulfilled, unhappy people, because we spend too much time looking at external reasons to be happy. And I'm telling you guys, the last 20 years or so is the happiest that I've been, because I'm just watering my own grass, baby. I don't care what nobody else is doing, because it's all internal. It has nothing to do with what other people are doing and what other people have. None of that matters. And if you really truly want to be happy, look within. Work on your inside. Inside out, baby. I can't say it enough. Love y'all. Bye.
How many of us can agree that you got to be with somebody that you don't mind doing hard times with, or being in hard times with, because they're going to come. And the minute that you get the illusion that the grass is greener because you start going through something with somebody, you'd rather jump know what I'm saying, to someone else's situation or being in another situation with somebody simply because things haven't got real over there, or you've not went through anything with that person, then you end up 10 times worse off than you were when you were with, you might as well have stayed. Oh, okay. It's because the grass is not always greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. You want to get with somebody, and hopefully, right, this is your God-ordained spouse, your God-ordained person, who they'd rather have nothing with you than everything without you. That's the kind of love I want. I don't know about yet. But for me,
If I never gave you any piece of advice, let me give you this. The grass isn't greener on the other side. I saw a story on TikTok, and it was about this woman sharing a story about how her husband left her for one of her coworkers. And this particular coworker was kind of obsessed with this woman's life. She kind of looked online, saw all these pictures, saw them traveling, saw this life that she always wanted for herself. And this particular coworker made it her mission to basically take her man. She kind of went behind the woman's back, found the man online, started having a relationship with this man. Shortly after, this woman found out, her and her husband ended up divorcing, and the woman ended up finally being with this man. But it turns out the man that she wanted to be with, because of the lifestyle that he appeared to have online, was not his lifestyle at all. It was his wife's. So everything that that woman wanted from this married woman in her life was hers. It was her life. Everything that she did was around him. The home was in her name. The trips they went on were trips that she planned. He didn't have. Turns out she was also getting abused by this man. She was actually ready to divorce him, but she was trying to make it work. And this coworker made it very easy for her to walk out the door. So, moral of the story is that the grass is never greener on the other side, babe. Sometimes it's dry as hell. Sometimes there's nothing over there growing.
Guys, most times the grass is not always greener on the other side. It's usually not. It is all a facade. It's not real. It may look green, but it's not real. It is turf. It is artificial grass. And a lot of times you have no idea what people do to make money for all of these trips. You have no idea.
Ladies, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. This is a difficult lesson that even I had to learn, okay? Sometimes we get to thinking that a situation might be better somewhere else. No, you know what? A situation is good where you water it. Where you water the grass, that's where the grass is going to be green at. Sometimes as women, we get lost trying to create the perfect fairy tale, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to be the Cinderella. As I told myself a few months back, girl, you are not Cinderella. Truth of the matter is, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Nothing is ever going to be flawless. But instead of running away and always thinking that something is going to be better on the other side, try to water where you're at. Try to nurture where you're at, whether that's in a relationship, in a job, friendships. Make sure you're taking care of what you're already invested in, and that's how you're going to get green grass, babes. Free game.
Real maturity is realizing that the grass is not greener on the other side. When it comes to relationships, I see so many people pointing a finger at the other person as if they're the problem and they're the reason why things aren't working out. Men don't do this and women don't do that, so I can't look for a relationship anywhere. We have to come to realize that we attract what we are. So if that person is doing something, you have something going on within you, and it's showing you the mirror on the work that you need to do. We only attract at the level that we're at. So if the person keeps on doing you wrong, if you keep on attracting people that are broken or that keep breaking your heart, then we might want to look in the mirror and realize that it's not all the other people. It may be a us thing. It may be our fault. Just think of a woman in an abusive relationship, for example. She might break up with John. However, she's always going to attract that behavior until she changes something within. She's going to attract another abuser that's going to be abusing her until she changes something within, because she is continually attracting that same behavior. I honestly think we need to change our perspectives and stop complaining about the dating pool. Yeah, there's people out here with bad mindsets who are selfish and who don't really want to be in a long-term relationship and have a lot going on. But it's also our fault that we attract people like that, because we attract everything into our lives. So we have to realize and remember this, that we attract at the level that we're at. If we upgrade our level and if we become what we want, then we can attract a person who is like-minded, who is compatible, who has the same goals, and who is aligned with what we want in life.
Okay, so recently I have realized like a pretty big flaw within myself that I'm really trying to fix. And so if you have any way that you can help me fix this, please let me know. So one thing about me is that I have always been like a grass is greener kind of person. Like I try not to think that way. I try to be like, oh, grass is greener on the side where you water it, blah, blah, blah. But I just like can't help my brain when it does it. And it especially happens to me like when it comes to being in relationships versus being single. It's like every single time that I'm in a relationship, not all the time, but like in the back of my mind, I'm always kind of like, oh man, like it would be so fun to be single. Like it'd be so fun to be single with all my single girlfriends. But then like the second that I become single, I am like craving that romantic relationship. Like I want it so, so bad. And it doesn't make sense in my brain because I'm like, wait, you literally just wanted this other thing. Why do you now all of a sudden want the opposite thing? I know that it logically does not make sense in my head. Like I'm trying to conceptualize that. And anything, any tips that you can have, any books maybe, because I'm really trying to not be this way anymore.
Our generation has a lot to learn for thinking that there's a lot of options out here and thinking the grass is always greener on the other side. Well, let me tell you, it's not. If you think there's a lot of options that's really going to unconditionally care for you and love you and have your back, you got to be crazy. And a lot of times when you testing that water, there's sharks out there. Don't get ate. And then a lot of times when y'all see there's sharks in that water, you want to turn back around and come back home. And then you finally realize it ain't a house there no more. They go over there and go to that grass over there and notice it's turf. It ain't even real grass. Needless to say, you know what I'm saying? You got somebody real that's really messing with you, that's gonna have your back through it all. Man, you better stay with them. Because I am telling you right now, I'm a testimony to it, my brother. The streets are not safe. It's not.
Here's a quote for your day that I feel the need to share because when I heard it, it kind of gave me a new perspective on things. I just really like it, and that is, the grass is not greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. I feel like I've always been the type to say, oh, when I get this, I'll be happy. Or when I move here, I'll be happier. I'll do this and that, and I'll be my best self. And that is you chasing something that is simply not there, because material things and places and people, they can't bring you what you need within yourself to feel whole, and that is that. They cannot change you, you know what I mean? Example for me, like the move to California. I lived in Georgia. I always told myself, when I move to California, everything's gonna be better. Like, and it is to an extent, but there's still so much internal struggle that I deal with that I thought would be just gone when I moved. I was like, oh, like, there's nothing to worry about because I'm moving to Newport Beach. Am I gonna worry about living there? Girl, yeah, my quality of life improved, but like, mentally, a lot of the things are still there. That's because I didn't do the work on myself, because I was relying on something that was never there to fix it.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
I work a job that pays me $100,000 a year, but I'm ready to quit. I do enjoy having a job that pays well, but there's just something about having your own business that just excites me way more than working for somebody else. I have a business called The Gallery Creatives. It lets you find service providers in any area, any location, depending on what services you offer. And I just didn't, like, when I'm up on stage pitching my business to investors or telling people what my business does, it's like I'm just so excited about doing it. I love doing it. The thrill, it's just more fulfilling than the job I'm doing now. And you're probably thinking, oh, you earn a lot of money, like what are you complaining about? But life is just not always about money. I think it's about fulfillment, and I'm just not fulfilled.
I had such the grass is not greener moment this morning. For the last 2 years, I have been extremely committed to my Pilates practice. I do Pilates, I would say 5 days a week, 2 days a week. I throw in like a HIIT class, a yoga class, stack it up with some glutes class, all on the Peloton app. I looked at the workouts that my husband and my sister do on this platform called Ladder, which is where you have a personal trainer. You go through a program. It's like more weight training, what I used to do before I started doing Pilates. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll try it. Kind of switch it up, try it out. Maybe I'll see different results. After 3 weeks on the program, I just missed Pilates so much. The inside and out nourishment you get from Pilates, mentally, physically, emotionally, Pilates is incredible. If you haven't tried it, you must. It is so easy to create a routine with Pilates. This morning, I officially canceled my ladder subscription. There's nothing wrong with ladder. If you're looking for great strength training and you're not attached to a practice already, I think it's really great. People see great results. My husband is seeing incredible results. So I'm not knocking that program at all. I'm just saying that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I was looking for something shiny and new. I really miss Pilates. I miss those small, intentional, beautiful movements and the way it makes me feel. Back to Pilates.
Guys, stick to what works for you. If you are in the gym and you do a specific exercise and it works very well for you, stick to it. Stick to that exercise routine. Do not switch up, because the moment that you switch up is the moment that you will regret it. Stick to what works for you. Just as she said, if it's not broke, do not fix it.
I have romanticized New York City since I was a teenager. I couldn't tell you why I wanted to go there. I just always wanted to drop myself in the biggest, baddest city and see if I could make it. And let me tell you something about romanticizing. Sometimes the romance is true, it's real, and the grass is greener. I don't care what people say about New York City, the grass is greener here. Smells like opportunity. Every time I get out of the subway station and I see this Empire State Building, gets me all jacked up. Been here 8 years and I'm just as excited about being here as I was on day one. Sure.
One thing's for certain and two things for sure. Thinking the grass is greener on the other side is going to cost you each time. Because if you've already been blessed with someone who has shown you nothing but goodness, grace, and genuineness, what would possess you to think that it gets better than that? Knowing there's already a drought on loyalty and good people, you're going to sit there and remove yourself from good green grass. On over there thinking the grass is green on the other side, and then you get over there and you realize it ain't even real grass, it's turf. Then you finally come to grips with life and you realize that the grass you was previously on was the best grass you ever felt in your life. The grass that actually grew things, grew flowers, had you growing, had you blooming, had you flourishing. But you chose the artificial grass over the good grass. And now you stuck over there with all that fake crunchy grass. Only then is when you understand that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Appreciate what God blesses you with, because it can quickly go from I have this to that's what I had.
You ever just be listening to some of your old school music and a part of the song comes on that you've heard 1,000 times before, but for some reason, a part of it just really hits different, like you relate to it on a whole nother level now? I mean, when Lyfe Jennings said, if you got somebody good, hold on to them. He gave us a whole word, y'all. He really did. I don't know if y'all knew it at the time, but that was a whole word. If you have been on the dating scene for any length of time, you know how tragic it is right now, right? Like, it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. I have male friends who are single as well, and they have their own sets of complaints right now with the dating scene, with the dating pool. The reason why that part of the song hits so different is because right now I see so many people getting divorced, so many people uncoupling. And here's the thing. I will never be an advocate for anybody staying in a relationship and or marriage where they're miserable, where they're not being treated well, where they're being disrespected, whether they're being abused or anything of the sort. If you are with someone and you're completely miserable, or you and your partner are miserable, I'm 100% with you. Like, there's no judgment here. Do what you have to do. Do what's best at the end of the day. But I see a lot of people, as I stated, decoupling. I see a lot of people getting divorced. Because look, I've been there. I've been in a relationship where I was really, really miserable and I wanted nothing more than to get out. And I was so grateful when I decided to walk away. But when I truly think about that line, if you got somebody good, hold on to them. There are some people who are getting out of relationships and getting divorced for reasons that really could be worked on. I'm not saying this to invalidate anybody's feelings or invalidate anybody's preferences or criteria for a relationship. That's not my job. But I do believe that there are some relationships that could be salvaged. If you have somebody and maybe they don't always get it right, they don't always say or do the right thing, but they try. You have somebody who's actually willing to try. You have somebody who's willing to hear you out when you have constructive feedback. Maybe they're not even super receptive when you actually present the constructive feedback to them. Could also be maybe your approach at it. But maybe they don't always receive it in a way that you want them to, but then they still follow through with the actions that you've been wanting to see. I just say that if you have somebody right now, if you're in a relationship, if you're married, I promise you, especially if you've been married for decades, like if you've been married for 3 or 4 decades, you have no clue what the dating scene's really like. I promise you, it is nothing like what you remember. And again, that goes for women and men. It's not just on one side. We're all seeing our own variations of difficulties and challenges within the dating scene right now. And I know a lot of you want to believe that the grass is green on the other side, but I promise you it's not going to be. I promise you it's not. You know, if you're leaving 80 to try to get that additional 20, you're going to mess around and find out. And what you're going to find out is what's out here is the 20%. Not the 80 plus the 20, just the 20. If your partner gets on your nerves at some point, which is going to happen, or you get on their nerves, or things are just not always going in the way that you want them to go, my advice would be to sit back and reflect on yourself. Are there some things that you could do that can in turn help with whatever challenge you're having with your partner? Because I promise you, getting divorced, getting out of that relationship for everyday common reasons, you're probably going to find worse when you get out here in the dating pool. I mean, me personally, I know people who have gotten out of marriages, actually gotten divorced because, you know, their spouse didn't go to church as much as they wanted to, because their spouse didn't go to church as much as they wanted them to, or their partner gained weight. I just think those are things that could be worked on. And with the right support system, you just being a good steward, you being the person that shows up in the way that you want to see, sometimes just might be the motivation that your partner needs to see to become or to make the changes that you want them to make. But if you got somebody good, now's the time to hold on to them.
Guys, in this year 2025, if you have a good person in your life, if you have a good romantic partner, hold on to them. There's nothing out here in these streets. If your relationship is not going well, work on that relationship. You do not have to jump ship. And if you guys can actually solve the issues in your relationship, you will be a much stronger unit moving forward. And you need that strength for a long-lasting relationship. You need that teamwork. You need that working things out mode. And if you do not have that mode, chances are you probably will not last with that person. And so the best thing that you can do, if you have a good person in your life and you know that is good, then work on things with that person.
Tell me if I'm lying. I bet they start loving you soon as they see you loving somebody else. I'm gonna say that one more time. I bet they start loving you as soon as they see you loving somebody else. Listen to me now. See, because a lot of people, they leave just because they think the grass is green on the other side. But then they get over there and they realize it ain't even what it seems. Listen to me now. They get over there and realize it ain't even what it seems. See, because people, they talk a good game, and conversation rule the nation. And understand, a pair of lips will say anything. A pair of lips will say anything. So don't get tricked out your spot. And understand that once they get over there, they realize it ain't even what it seems. And everything that look good and sound good don't mean it's for you. I'm gonna say that one more time. Everything that look good and sound good, that don't mean it's for you. And then they get on the other side and realize that what they left, they already had. I'm gonna say that again. What they left, they already had. And it's too late. Because once you leave and you check out on somebody, you gotta understand, if you didn't love them then, what makes you think they're gonna love you now? So understand, don't get tricked out your spot. So just because it look good and sound good don't mean it's good for you. And a lot of people get tricked out their spot because they think the grass is green on the other side. And they get over there and realize it ain't even what it seems. So understand, stop searching for things that you already have and work on and build on what you have at the moment, because a lot of times people run from their problems in relationships searching for something better, and they already have everything they're looking for. They already have what they're looking for. So stop running off searching for things that you already have. All you gotta do is tap into it, get back to it, find yourself, and just, figure it out. Because understand, a pair of say anything, and everything that look good and sound good don't mean it's for you. So understand, stop reaching out searching for things that you already have. Because you might think the grass is green on the other side, but when you get over there, you're gonna realize it ain't even what it seems. Let's make it make sense.
People always end up coming back into your life when they end up being disappointed by the people that they left you for. It's a fact. Always happens, man. I promise you, always. That's why everyone says the grass ain't always green on the other side. Your value, yeah, I want you to remember this. Your value is worth more than anyone else's attention. Because people always tend to come back when they realize that everything that they actually needed, you had it. But they were just too busy looking for something else in someone else, and they ignored it. Because those sort of people, when they lose a good person, they always try to make a comeback, always. And at that point, when they do make that comeback, because it will happen, you've got two choices, buddy. One, you can choose to be the second option, because at that point, you'll be the leftovers. You can sit them firmly and say, yeah, cool, I'm that second choice. I'm that person that she or he thinks, okay, do you know what? Maybe he or she was the right person for me. Or you can know your worth, be firm on who you are as a person, firm in what you desire, what you believe, and what you deserve. And you stop, because honestly, you've got to stop letting people do this shit. Can't keep letting them get away with this type of nonsense. So sometimes, even though it might hurt, that's probably the best decision for you. Hold your head up high, and you're like, nah, babes, not this time.
Don't leave what's good for what you think is better. Because by the time you realize that better ain't good, good has found better.
Y'all, it's time we normalize not forcing people to choose you. A lot of times people think that the grass is greener on the other side. And honestly, if they think they can find better elsewhere, let them. Respectfully.
One thing's for certain and two things for sure. No doubt you're going to crash out trying to replace me. Because see, yes, it's very easy to replace me physically, but the challenge come in when it comes to trying to replace how I treated you, how I bought you gifts, how I spoiled you, how I just went out of my way each and every time to make sure you was straight, make sure you was happy, make sure you had a big old smile on your face, how you was satisfied, you know, just being one call away for anything you needed. That's what's not replaceable about me. How I made sure to support you, whether good or bad, happy or sad. I was really the ride or die. And that's rare nowadays. Having a woman by your side that's gonna stand with you through everything and anything you got going on. Adding value to your life instead of subtracting and taking away from you is rare. Adding goodness to your life, good energy, you know, words of affirmation, encouraging words, writing little scriptures like, yeah, I was that one. Yeah, I was that one. So yes, you can replace me physically. That's easy. But as far as replacing the kind of woman I am and the heart I have, you're gonna crash out.
A lot of people don't realize what they have until it's gone. It's just human nature. And so in the end, some people actually play themselves. I shouldn't laugh because, you know, sorry for them. Sucks to be them right now. But that's the truth of the matter. The grass isn't always greener. You may have been the very best thing. And if they passed on you, whether or not they come back is completely in their hands. And whether or not you take them back is completely in your hands. So let it play out. Sit back.
Don't go looking for greener grass. Just water your grass. It's such a bullshit ass statement because you can spend all your money, all your time, all your energy into watering your grass, but if your grass doesn't want to soak up that water and those nutrients that you are giving it, what is the point? Imagine soaking the same patch of grass for 2 years and nothing grows and nothing comes out of it. How much more time are you going to dedicate to that patch of grass that won't grow or won't get greener? At some point, you have to realize that you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your resources, and that grass is not gonna grow, it's not gonna get greener, and you have to let it go. That's why when people say, no, you don't leave, you fix it. You don't have to. You already tried. You tried all you can do, you tried your best. You don't go looking for greener grass, you just water yours. Okay, but I've tried that. I've watered my grass, I've put the soil down, I've planted the seeds, and nothing is growing. You can go find greener grass. You can leave. It's okay.
All she just said was facts. Guys, in some places, the plant will never grow. I don't care how much water you give it, how much nutrients, how much sunlight, like it does not matter what you give that plant, it will just not grow because the environment is not for growth. And so you have to be very careful where you invest your effort in building something with someone. Guys, if the foundations are out of course, then what's the hope of that relationship? So you really need proper foundations in place so that you are able to do the things that you need to do and actually enjoy that relationship.
I want to know what's crazy and what I was thinking. You know, you're never really truly happy until it's gone. Like it's sad to say, but it's like we never really know what we had until it's gone. And sometimes most of us feel like things could be greater or the grass is greener on the other side. But that's not true all the time. Like some of us go throughout life expecting something greater or grander. And when it doesn't come, it sucks. Because what we had, we didn't appreciate it or we didn't relish in it. Some of us get upset to think about what we gave up to what we have now. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's okay to lower your standards, to become complacent, or just okay with the status quo. But we got to understand, when we have something good, it's good. We got to love it, build it, cherish it, and relish in it. Because that grass on the other side, it's not always greener. Shit, sometimes it's not even grass over there. It's straight rocks. So I'm just saying, y'all pay attention and y'all recognize what you have.
Don't always think the grass is greener on the other side because of the presentation of whatever it may appear to be. Some of the most genuine people I know are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, but will give you their last and will figure it out. I know people who make six figures and are very selfish, very cheap, are not willing to extend a hand to nobody. They're just gimme, gimme, gimme. That's their mindset. And I know people who are making $28,000, $30,000, who would sacrifice to see you happy, who would offer you their last to see you happy. Okay? Don't ever think that the grass is greener on the other side because of the presentation. There are so many genuine people who don't even have much to their name but will give you their last. There's a lot of people out there like that. You judge a person by not what you see, but you judge a person by the fruits.
Stop always thinking the grass is greener on the other side. Growing up, whether I had a real relationship or if it was a situationship, things would be going good in this relationship or situationship, but I always felt the need to throw a wrench in there, right? And it was because of social media. Like, social media is really embedded into our generation, whether you like to admit it or not. You have all these dating apps, you have Instagram, now you have TikTok, you have Facebook, you have, I don't even know, you have MySpace. Not anymore, but you guys get it. So I would leave good situations just to go chasing something that I shouldn't have been chasing. But I finally learned after years and years, just work it out, talk it out. Don't try and go find that new person because you think the grass is going to be greener on the other side. Because I can promise you, the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
When they realize that the grass actually wasn't greener on the other side and their attempt to replace you backfired, that's usually when they start to miss you. But you see, the grass is only greener where you water it. And 90% of the time, people, they haven't watered nothing. That's why it is so important not to let people waltz in and out of your life like it's some game. If they want to stay gone, then let them be gone.
Hey, tell you like this, man. The grass is not greener on the other side. You got somebody you love, y'all going through a little something, a little argument, man, work it out, fix it, love on each other. Just agree to disagree, man. Fix this shit, forgive. Because, man, you don't want to go out there and cheat on your significant other and end up sleeping with a random stranger. They might have full-blown AIDS. Yeah, they might have stuff they can't even get rid of. But you went out here and slept with somebody because they made you feel good in the moment. Come on, man. Hold it down with your partner. Go through the little hard time. Y'all gonna be mad at each other. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with being mad at each other, man. Y'all can work this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Just work it out. And then just figure it out. Cause the grass is not green on the other side, man. It ain't shit going on out here, trust me. It ain't nothing going on out here, man. Work it out. Work this shit out.
The grass isn't always greener, and the sooner you realise this, the better. And I learned this the hard way because I always used to compare little bits of my life to everybody else's life. You'll look at someone's life and think, oh my God, I wish I had as much money as them. And all that time, they'll look at your life and think, I wish I had the friends that they have. You'll look at someone's life and think, I wish I could go on the holidays that they go on and travel as much as that. And they'll look at your life and be jealous of the family you have. You'll look at someone's relationship and think, oh, I wish I had that. The whole time she's looking at you single thinking, I wish I had the courage to break up with him. I deserve better. Most people are lacking something. If it's not money, it's company. If it's not company, it's family. If it's not family, it's self-worth. So this is your daily reminder that Instagram and social media is not real life and the grass isn't always greener. Love yours.
I don't know who needed to hear this, but they are not happy.
and the grass was not greener on the other side. At the moment, they're living off the residual energy that they took from you, but once that runs out, you can believe that they'll be back requesting more. But this time, you'll be stronger and ready for them. Good luck and congratulations.
And I promise you, when you pick that side, stay on it. Stay on it. Because a lot of y'all be thinking the grass is greener on the other side, and y'all go on the other side, y'all find out, girl, it's fake. It's fake. It's artificial. Then now you're trying to come back on this side and try. No. And that's literally a general statement, and that's to everything. Not even just relationships and all that. It's literally to everything. A lot of people just think every day is the option. Every day is this, is this. They don't understand that everything people be faking. So when you go on that other side and you come back and you realize that, oh, it's artificial in the grass, all I had to do was water it on my side. Okay.
The amount of friends that I have had in the past who thought that the grass was greener on the other side, and then they find out that it's really not, and that I was a really unique and very good friend, and they really try to come back in the picture in my life, and I'm just like, nah, bro, you made your choice. Bye-bye. You made your choice. You made your bed, lie in it. And the funny thing about people is that as soon as they lose a really good thing that they took for granted, they will always try to come back and reclaim that spot in your life. And it's just like, no, bro. It is what it is. You made your choice, and I accepted your choice. Cool. Now you accept your choice. You made that choice. You left. Bye-bye. There's a door. Most people do not know how good they have it until that thing or that person is gone in their life. They have no clue. At first, they think that the grass is greener on the other side. But if you leave a friendship with a person who has shown you nothing but love, care, kindness, and all these things, like, where else will you really find that? Where else? It is very rare. Very rare. And so, as you leave, stop trying to come back. Stay on that side, because it's better, right? If you made your choices, stick to those choices. If you do not want to make more mistakes in your life, then sit down and really think. Think about how good you have it, how good that person has been to you, and if they have been very good, what else are you looking for? What else do you want? That's the best that can happen to you. That is the best treatment that you will get. What else are you looking for?
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.